Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando. That's Corey. And today we are doing 1989's Say Anything, directed by Cameron Crowe.
Dude,
I got it right.
I genuinely, you did get it right. Not James Cameron, but Cameron Crowe.
Yes.
I actually thought that this felt like such a John Hughes movie.
It did.
Like
it had a
opening, and just like Cameron Crowe totally bit John Hughes' style on this.
Yeah.
And ran with
it. And honestly, a lot of times when directors do that, they typically do a poor job.
Yeah.
I was impressed by it. He did a good job with it.
Oh, he did a good job.
Before we get into the nuts and bolts of this,
the minutia,
if you will, I will let everybody know to like, subscribe, and comment below. We've had some new subscribers lately, so thank you. And yeah, let us know how we're doing. Give us an idea of what other movies you want us to do. So
please. We're running out of ideas.
I was gonna say our texts back and forth are getting pitiful.
Oh yeah, what movie you want to do? I don't know. E.T.
Let's do E.T. All right, so John Cusack plays Lloyd, a high school graduate that really has no life goals. He's kind of lost in life.
Lloyd Dobler's name might as well have been Generation X. That's basically what he is fully representing.
Exactly. So he waits till graduation to ask out the pretty girl, who's also the smartest girl in school, Diane, played by, is it Ione Skye? Ione. There you go.
Show her the proper respect.
Apologies, Ione.
Damn right.
But the premise of this movie basically feels like Superbad, just not as funny.
Yeah, well, his outright goal isn't necessarily to get laid.
He just wants to date her for the summer. Like,
yeah, he's just like stalker-esque obsessed with Diane Court. And exactly. I get it, because she is smoking, and she's smart, and, you know, she's clearly ran by her father, which means you can control her as a man, and you got a Stepford wife in the making. So, but yeah,
I like it.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, and the what I really like about this and the way Cusack plays this role is I think almost every guy has been there at some point in high school where they want to ask this chick out. And they're like, man, I don't know. He actually gets told by his two friends,
Diane Court doesn't go out with guys like you. She's a brain.
You know why they said that? Because those dickheads are saving him for the back burner.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't catch that good D, I got Lloyd Dobler because I know he's a good guy.
Exactly. So you have the beginning scene where they basically tell him that Diane won't date you. Cut to graduation. She's the valedictorian. She gives her speech.
Horrible speech.
Yeah, not great.
This is what I mean by like a John Hughes, like where Cameron Crowe bit the John Hughes style. Because when the principal was speaking, or I'm sorry, when Joe was singing The Greatest Love of All, which he just, nailed it.
Because the greatest love of all is happening to me.
Can I just before you get into that, what kind of fucking graduation is this? Like,
right?
Listen, I get it. I know I went to a private school when I was younger. Not saying that for any other reason than I went through graduation. I went through college, graduation ceremony and the whole nine. And at not one point, I've been to public school. So I've seen every different kind of graduation ceremony. Never once have I seen this bullshit of...
Yeah.
I've seen bands perform. I've seen people sing. But normally
they've done it right.
They pick a singer.
They don't make a mockery.
they pick a singer who can sing. I thought...
You don't put me up there.
I thought during that scene, like, oh, crazy senior jumping on stage and just doing his thing, and the principal's going to be pissed.
Oh, yeah, he said thank you. He said thank you for that performance, Joe. Are you out of your friggin' mind? Unbelievable. But yeah, this is like what I meant by John Hughes style, because he, Cameron Crowe, takes a shot of the crowd when Joe is singing.
Yeah.
And the students are all into it. The parents are watching and laughing. And then Ione Skye gets up and starts delivering her valedictorian speech, and the crowd is gone. And the two comparison shots was so like John Hughes, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller type shit.
Yep. But
I liked it because he did a good job with it, but it's such a John Hughes movie.
Oh, absolutely. And after graduation, they cut to his home life, which, for lack of a better term, isn't awesome. Basically, his dad's in the military.
Yep.
His sister is divorced or separated with a kid.
Yep.
And his parents forced his sister to take him in.
Yep. Because that's what every single mother wants, is a 17, 18-year-old who's about to graduate high school.
Well,
they're not a problem ever.
But they never specify whether, like, they forced her to take him in for him to be with her, to, like, help her out. Because everything in this movie says that he's a good dude. Like, he's a good kid. He's not the he's not the brightest guy in the world. He's not, like, whatever. Right. But
just a guy.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem like a punishment for him to be there, but they don't really explain that.
I thought he was explaining to Ione Skye that they wanted him to finish up school in America. And that's why, like, he stayed with his sister when his dad got stationed in Germany.
I must have totally missed that.
And I could have made that up. You know how I like to write my fill-in. Like, edit.
Oh, that's fine. You know what? It filled in a blank for me, so I'm totally cool with it. Let's run with that.
Welcome, America.
Diane's mom and dad, they get into, like, their backstories pretty quickly, which I really liked.
Yes.
Diane's mom and dad.
Exposition, by the way, is the way you should always do it. First date exposition is so nice and clean.
Yep.
You can ask the questions and it's natural.
Yep. Her mom and dad are divorced. She lives with her dad, who basically has planned out her whole life.
It's all working out just like we planned. All the years, the summer schools, all the vacations you gave up.
Her dad, played by Frasier's John Mahoney.
That's right.
He owns a nursing home, which I thought was a weird choice. Like,
yeah, we got to talk about the obvious here, because I know we're going to walk through the plot, and we got to jump on the spoiler alert.
Yeah, do it.
This fucking pig motherfucker does the most disgusting things you can do. Like, as a criminal activity.
What, robbing old people?
When they're dead, you're stealing their estates. And you're claiming that you deserve it because you gave them flowers.
I care for them. I give them flowers. I feed them.
He has zero redeeming quality. Even his well-intentioned and plan for his daughter.
Yep.
It's his plan. He never asked her.
Yes.
He tells her through the movie when she can answer the phone.
Well, go ahead, pick it up if you want. Well, then don't pick it up. You know what's best.
And is passive-aggressive and shitty about it when she decides she wants to do something different.
Yeah.
He's a fucking pig.
They lead into his character so well in this movie, because John Mahoney just seems like, no matter what character he plays, just seems like a nice guy. And they started off, and he's just like the typical...
a little overprotective, very proud father.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But overprotective, but Cusack calls her to ask her to a graduation party.
Yes.
Which is a very awkward phone call, but it's very high school. And, And I got a kick out of watching that scene.
I looked at my special lady friend and I straight up was like, did they videotape me asking women out? Because that's literally how it happened. Just a rambling spew of bullshit until they eventually went like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
And usually it was only because I made them laugh. They're not attracted to me ever.
And
it's because I make them laugh.
And that's literally what Diane says. He made me laugh.
Yep.
And that's the reason. But after this awkward
That's like why
call,
we do this show, isn't it?
Well, pretty much.
I mean, we're scoring puss like Matthew Broderick.
I mean, we're living that puss life.
That's right.
But he asks her, and I'll talk about this graduation party, but he asks her, and then when he goes to pick her up, and he's a very nice guy to her father, and her father seems to like him, and the party starts at he said, I'll pick you up at 8. So it's 8 o'clock, and he said,
your daughter will be safe with me for the next 7 to 8 hours, sir.
I mathed that really quickly, too.
I don't...
Quick maths.
2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
I don't math, but in this quick maths, that's what, like 4 in the morning?
It's pretty fucking late.
Roughly?
Yeah.
He doesn't get her home until it's like daylight outside, and the dad is just cool with it.
Oh, yeah.
He says not a word.
No, because Lloyd's a kickboxer, so she'll be perfectly safe.
So I do want to talk about this party, because when Cusack is setting up this date on the phone, he says that the party is thrown by, I forget the dude's name, but he's 22 years old?
He's 22, and he comes out of hiding like once a year for this occasion, and he dresses up as the Lakeside Rooster.
And he
this guy's basically Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused. It's just Eric Stoltz playing fucking Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Wooderson.
So I was just like, okay, so it's some random 22-year-old that they know?
And by the way, a random 22-year-old ginger throwing high school parties. Welcome to that fucking cult, bro.
He's
good luck with your sacrifice.
He's trying to live that statutory puss life.
Oh, he's not trying. He's doing it.
And
he's
now
doing and getting tons of kids booked up.
Well, and that's the thing. And this is two things bothered me about the phone call and the party scene, because we see this epic high school party scene in like I went to a lot of parties in high school. Mm-hmm. None of them looked anything like this. Not even the graduation parties looked like
I might not have been invited to those cool parties.
Maybe
plausible.
Maybe that was the case.
But yeah, samesies.
But so that always bothered me about these movies, huge epic bashes, whatever. Yeah. But after Diane hangs up with Cusack and she agrees to go to the party with him, she pulls out her yearbook and looks him up because she doesn't know what he looks like. I don't know about you. And again, maybe my high school was just small and whatever. By my senior year, whether you were cool, a nerd, whatever category you were in by your senior year, everybody knew who everybody was. It's not like somebody said a name and you went, who?
Public school, I'll go differently, because there was over, I think 2,000 something kids, 500 something kids in my graduating class. The school had 2,500.
You went from 2,000 to 500?
I told you I don't math. That wasn't quick maths. I had to do subtraction.
Okay, I only had 200 kids in my graduating class, so.
Yeah, what do you know, John Denver?
Apparently I just went to a small school. I thought everybody's school was like that, but.
Yeah, not all of us got that private school life, son. Some of us had to mix with the common folk.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to make up for lost time. So you cut to the epic party scene. And another thing about the party scene, John Cusack's counselor shows up.
How you doing, Miss Evans?
You missed every one of your career counseling sessions.
She was in it to score that 18-year-old dick. You graduated. This is no longer a conflict of interest. We're going after it.
Yeah, she was definitely going for that young D life.
And you know what? Lilith from Cheers and Frasier?
Hey.
Go for it. By the way, half the cast of Frasier's in this fucking movie. I expected Roz to like pop up at the end with the cameo.
Roz,
like I'm your flight attendant, Roz.
She would have been banging all the 18-year-olds. So, but she talks to him about going to college and he should seriously consider it. And then she's like, "Oh, here are the keys," and gives him, because he's the key holder for the evening.
The Keymaster. Great Ghostbusters reference, by the way.
Yes, he is the Keymaster. So we get into the party, and I'll say this. I know we said we don't like his friends from the beginning of this movie, but his friend Corey Flood, which is a great name, the character is unbearable.
Dude, that actress, and this is nothing personal, because she's a great actress.
Yes.
Lily Taylor?
I believe so. Yes, right. Lily Taylor. Great actress. Mm-hmm. She really is. I can't stand her. I don't know what it is, dude. High Fidelity, The Conjuring, everything she's in. I just like her character. I immediately dislike. I like her as an actress in other stuff. In this movie, I don't know if it was how she played it or how it was written or whatever. I think we're gonna have to. This is like the general in War Games, because she plays the emo musician who
she lost her virginity and then attempted suicide, which was like a really heady topic that they just kind of like glossed over.
Yes.
Stop. I am fine now. I'm all right. All everybody does is ask me about this, and I'm fine.
Because basically she just goes, "Hey, I tried to kill myself. I'm past it. You guys need to move past it too."
Right, but because she's the only one that has lost her virginity, she still somehow is the group's expert on romance.
Yes.
Like, because she tells Lloyd after his letter, which, by the way, it's like 2 lines.
Get ready for greatness, Lloyd.
How do you know? You had one time, and you tried to kill yourself because it blew up and you fucked an asshole.
You had one awkward sexual encounter.
But
after that, Diane asks Lloyd out for a second date.
Yeah.
The second date is the weirdest second date ever, because she invites him to dinner to meet her father, which fine, but her father also invites work friends.
Oh, it's a dinner party, yeah.
This is almost as weird as the dinner party in Hellraiser. Dude. Except the lighting in this dinner scene is so much better.
And John Mahoney's not actively trying to pawn off his daughter.
Exactly.
On a date rapist who's trying to get her shit.
As a matter of fact, this is when Diane's father decides that he doesn't like Lloyd because he apparently wants to be a kickboxer.
You heard of kickboxing, sport of the future? What I've been doing lately is kickboxing, which is a new sport, but I think it's got a good future.
Yeah, let's be very clear. He doesn't like Lloyd because he realized Lloyd has a real chance to steal his daughter wife.
Exactly.
Because they do this storytelling routine at dinner that like husbands and wives did in the 60s, like on Fabulous Miss Maisel.
Yeah.
But that's like this kind of shtick routine. Like, I was crying and then, oh no, honey, you did it this way.
Yeah.
No, you want to tell the story? Fuck you. This is creepy as shit. That is your daughter, not your wife. She's not a replacement for what you lost. Move the fuck on. It's gross.
Yes. This is like a scene from When Harry Met Sally. This is like... Except you're father and daughter. Stop it.
So weird.
But during this dinner, Diane's dad gets a visit from the IRS. This is when the B plot truly kicks in, and and he's such an asshole. Like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be an asshole if the IRS comes to my house for something.
Sure.
I would actually be pretty cordial, like, "Oh, what can I do for you?" But
you know why? You know why you should be fucking happy? Because the people that are investigating you just told you you're under investigation.
And we'd like to inform you that you are under criminal investigation for the tax years 1982 through 1986. Jesus.
Thank you for allowing me time to shred documents, set up my fucking account overseas, and go to a non-extradition country. Deuces, fuckers. Idiots.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you should be thanking them that they didn't haul you away in cuffs from your so-called dinner party.
Never in a million years is somebody going to knock on your door and tell you they're investigating you.
Exactly.
Until it's time to put the handcuffs on.
Well, and he's like,
it's the only way that happens.
The guy, the one investigator goes,
So you refuse to answer my questions?
What is it on Sopranos? Warrants.
Exactly.
You're denying this entry. Yeah, just like if anybody else knocked on my door. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Exactly. And then Diane calls her mom, apparently sets up like this lunch meeting, and you see like not only is her dad a piece of shit, her mom's fucked up too. And
her mom's hardcore chasing that D.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is your new Uncle Julio, Diane.
And please smile, because when you don't, you have resting bitch face, is basically what she told her.
I know. How far have we come? We're now like, you can't tell anybody to smile.
So, but she tells her mom,
if they ask you questions, and they probably will ask you questions, would you please say something nice about him, Mom?
The relationship between Diane and Lloyd continues. They get closer. They hang out all the time. Her dad hates him because he has no ambition. She sleeps with John Cusack in the car.
She makes sweet love to him.
Which, honestly, for a high school, I guess it's a rom-com. Is this considered a rom-com?
I would call it just kind of a straight romantic movie, like a
okay. But
date movie.
For this kind of movie about high school kids, they do capture the awkwardness of the first time having sex.
They really do, and I tell you why. This is the most specific thing I've seen. And believe me, I've seen plenty of underage teenagers having sex. So I know this for a fact.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, we're recording, aren't we? No. But the way he is, because you think, the guy is going to be naturally, kind of like, oh, we're going to fuck. And trying to get after it.
Yeah.
And in reality, 9 times out of 10, if you got a virgin against a virgin, the woman is far more in control in those younger years.
Yeah.
You know what? Because the boy is just like, oh my God, this is about to happen. And then you start shitting your pants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like him shivering and fucking sweating and looking like he just gave birth. And her just being like, yo, you want to do this again? Or I'm going to do my nails?
The only thing that this scene was missing was because he's just sweating and shivering, and she makes a comment like, are you cold? And he's like, I'm not. Like, the only thing this scene was missing is him going, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me.
Here's some blanket.
You were right, though. They captured the awkwardness of that first time.
It was perfect.
Wonderfully.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for my first time. It's going to happen.
Me too. I'll be there to film it.
Yeah.
But after she sleeps with him, it's a really weird scene because she sleeps with him. It's nighttime. She gets back home and it's like, I don't know, 8 a.m, 9 a.m, whatever it is.
Like Dad is pissed.
Yeah, and he's pissed this time. He was fine the first time.
But she called.
Oh,
the first time.
Right.
That's why he's pissed, because she always calls him when she's out.
Yes, because she calls him from the party.
Yeah.
So she doesn't call. He's pissed. Doesn't know where she's at. You could be dead in a gutter. So she, and that's when he says,
"You can say anything to me. I hope you still know that."
He said the title of the movie, but he says, "You can tell me anything."
Yep.
And she says, "Cool, I boned Lloyd." Bro, keep that to yourself. Like,
yeah, like I get it. You don't have any friends. Your dad's literally surrounded you as a daughter wife, so you are not allowed to have any. You're basically Carrie.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, that was a painful scene.
The one thing that happens there is he actually handles it well.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's he gonna do? You can't fucking put the hymen back in.
For such a piece of shit, he handles it pretty well.
Yep.
But her dad then convinces her that she needs to break up with Lloyd because she needs to focus on, because she has this fellowship that she got in England, so she's going to be going there, and you need to focus on your studies and going to England, which studies haven't started yet. Let's get that out of the way.
Right.
But
by the way, I won the scholarship.
Yes.
When school starts, I'll know what the fuck I'm supposed to study. I'm not studying to take a test to get the scholarship.
Exactly.
I won the motherfucker. I'm going to go have my summer.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe you want me to spend more time with you, but we're not going to study.
Yeah, exactly.
That I can tell you.
So he convinces her to break up with Cusack, which she listens to, and says you need to give him a gift.
Let him know you still care. Give him this pen.
This dude just took your daughter's virginity. She tells you she's in love with him. And you are so condescending and dismissive of what she is saying and her feelings that your idea is just fucking give him a rando ballpoint pen. It's not like you fucking just had one laying around that was like, this was from the king of Guam. You know, and it's a very special pen or...
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No, it's good.
Which, to the writer's credit and to his credit as an actor, he did a fantastic job.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I wanted to fucking kill him.
Here's a pen, and it's got the nursing home's logo on it. Maybe he could do he could do some promotion for it.
Shady Acres.
We'll steal your shit.
It's a John Tony nudie pen.
It's an old lady. So she does it. She gives him the pen and breaks up with Cusack. Cusack is crushed, and he keeps calling her, just trying to get her to at least talk to him. Let's be friends. That tactic, which never works, by the way. But this is when the most iconic scene from this movie occurs.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing in front of her bedroom window.
Boombox high. Trench coat blowing.
Yeah, boombox held high. Peter Gabriel singing.
Yeah, which was the song they were laying pipe to.
Yes. And for such an iconic scene, and I told my special lady friend, I vaguely remember this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But for such an iconic scene, you would figure, iconic scene, holds a thing, she comes to the window, oh, be still my beating heart, they get back together. It's a throwaway scene.
It really is. And the transition out of it is dog shit.
No, it's like holding up the thing, cuts to her, she looks over at the bedroom window, she knows he's out there playing the song,
yep.
And then she just rolls back over, cut to next scene.
Yeah.
And a hard cut to next scene.
Yep.
That's literally one of the most hollow, iconic scenes of all time.
It really is.
Still,
and I'll tell you,
I still love it. I still love it. But
yep. Oh yeah.
It's incredible.
But I'll tell you exactly what happened, because this was also written by Cameron Crowe.
Yes.
Written and directed.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, he thought the legendary scene was going to be the line, I gave her my heart and she gave me a pen.
Gave her my heart and she gave me a pen.
And that was just supposed to be a basic transition to move the movie forward, the boombox thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now we're going to transition out of this. Time has passed.
Yep.
People are moving on with their lives a little bit.
But
that one it nailed it.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, though, it's crazy how bad that really is.
Yeah, it just fell flat.
Yeah.
I just expected something more, because when you think of that movie, that's the scene you think of. Then it cuts to her going to the IRS, which is one of the weirdest scenes in this movie for many reasons. One of which, the head IRS guy, I guess, literally tells her everything.
Phony billing, phony patients. We've been investigating him for 5 years. We believe when they die, he takes their money.
No IRS employee in their right mind would tell the 18-year-old daughter of the guy they're investigating
Right.
everything that they're investigating him for, why they're investigating him, what they found. That just would never happen. They'd be like, listen, little girl, get out of my office.
Yeah.
Like,
massive conflict of interest.
Absolutely.
However, I will say this. That guy, literally the only male in this movie that does something for her with no regard or no hope for reward.
Yes.
But it's going to get worse. Now, if I were you, I would take that fellowship.
It is a truly selfless act, and the only selfless act that anyone performs for this poor girl.
Yes.
Thank God he was around and told her to get. He goes, dude, you got to live your life.
Yeah.
Like T.I. and Brianna said, just live your life. You got to get the fuck out of town because this is going badly.
Yes. This is.
And you need to protect your neck.
Yeah.
Like Wu-Tang said, I'll fucking throw all those references out.
Damn, dude.
I had a long drive.
Her dad admits that he's basically been stealing money from people after they die. And he's got a load of cash, but he's doing it for her so that she'll be set up when she gets back and she wouldn't have to struggle.
Which, again, piece of shit putting that on her.
Yeah, exactly.
You did that for you.
Yes, absolutely.
You motherfucker. I've seen Breaking Bad. I know how that ends. You did that for you.
Absolutely.
You fucking half-ass Walter White.
and that's honestly, that's what I really liked about this movie is that, you know, I've said it with other movies. I was bought in and I hated this character so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, you did a great job because I actually have feelings, whether it's love or hate for this one guy.
Right.
And it's not because of the writing or the acting or the whatever. It's just everything about him I just can't stand. And he did for the other characters that I've seen John Mahoney play, that he is a nice guy. I was surprised at how much I thought of a piece of shit I thought he was.
Oh yeah, like we've reviewed a lot of movies where there have been stupid people, bad people, the Jeepers Creepers monster. John Mahoney's character is the worst one of them all.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, just a repugnant, no redeeming quality whatsoever.
The best part, because after this whole scene, she goes to John Cusack and apologizes to him to get back together. You know, he decides like, screw it. I'm doing this. Which
he says,
"Here, because you need someone, or because you need me."
She pauses.
Yeah, and
it has to think about it, and then he goes, I don't care.
He decides that he's going to get back together with her, decides that he's going to move to England with Diane. We find this out when they visit Diane's dad in prison, and he's got his orange jumpsuit on. Diane stays in the car, and this is what really upset me, is Lloyd is such a nice guy that her dad is still giving him shit.
And I can't for the life of me figure out how she could choose to champion mediocrity the way she's learned to around you.
You're in prison.
Yeah.
You're the soapbox that you're on got kicked out from under you, bro. You're talking from your ass now.
Yeah.
And
that's like Harvey Weinstein lecturing me on my fucking dating life. You know what I mean? Like, your advice means nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You have no credibility in this area.
This is bullshit.
Well, and I think this goes again, still proving that Lloyd not only is a good guy, but he's a smart guy because he won.
Yeah.
He's leaving with the girl.
Yeah.
Your daughter wife is done with you.
Your daughter wife.
She wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't have to. You can chirp all you want, little birdie. I'm walking out of here with the winner. I'm taking the prize.
The best part of this is that Diane then comes in. She comes, gives him a hug, and gives him the pen he had her give Lloyd, which I was like, oh, fuck you. That's...
2 points. 1, sick burn. Sick burn. And 2, that's why that also lends credence to the fact that Cameron Crowe really thought that pen thing was going to be the home run instead of the boombox.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Because I honestly, I forgot about the pen thing.
Yeah.
That was the one thing for every scene. I kind of was like, oh yeah, this is going to happen. And oh yeah, Corey's going to be fucking playing her stupid guitar. That'll never be me.
That'll never be me. That'll never be me. That'll never be me. No.
Oh.
So the pen part at the end.
Yeah.
That totally, like, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Took me by surprise. I was just like, oh, shit.
But then it cuts to John Cusack basically packing up his whole life into a knapsack and like leaving his sister's place. They get on the plane. And this is the callback to the...
She's now the world's greatest flyer, let me tell you. When she was 8 years old,
Dad.
she... Now, why can't I tell the story?
The difference here is that she lost her shit when she was 8 because of the crying babies on the plane or whatever. And her dad made them turn the plane around.
Yes.
And John Cusack was like...
All right.
I know.
I'm going to walk you right through this problem together instead of just making the problem go bye-bye.
Exactly. So, and then, end movie.
Ding! Remember those days?
It's funny? I actually do. I do.
Be worried about the multiple fires happening around your airplane and the smoke that is, notoriously known to help preserve electric equipment.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
is what's propelling you through the fucking air. I don't understand why anybody flies, frankly, but whatever.
Well, I know you have certain feelings about flying, but whatever is what it is.
No, I have one feeling about flying, and it is no.
Well, outside of your feelings about flying, what say you about this movie?
I still love it. It's a little more, it's a little more cliched now. But one, great memories of the movie itself. Reminded me so much of being a teenager trying to ask girls out and having that first real.
Yep.
They mature very quickly over the summer. I'll say that. That's kind of weird.
Yes.
Because they go from actual high school kids to like full-blown adults and talking to the IRS and delivering jailhouse messages. So that part's a little odd. If you're a teenager, and you are getting into that dating life, that's something that's interesting you, this movie would be great.
Oh, absolutely.
I really think. But yeah, I think it totally stands the test of time. It's a great look at Gen X. Really is.
Oh, 100%.
Especially basing it in Seattle.
Brilliant. Oh, no, absolutely. What I really liked about this is, well, one, it absolutely stands the test of time. But two, even though it's an 80s movie, I mean, it was filmed and shot in the, late 80s, call it 87, 88, because it came out in 89.
Right.
But it doesn't have the dated feel to it that other movies like this do.
Right.
So,
I agree.
I mean, there are some styles that have changed clothing-wise and that kind of thing, but this could be literally any time. Like the parents' clothes, kids' clothes, whatever. Like it didn't have that dated feel to it like some of the other movies. And I know some of the other like War Games we disagreed on some things, but
yes,
with War Games, it was obviously dated, from the computers to the clothes to
Oh.
everything. It just felt, it had that early 80s feel to it.
Yes.
And this just didn't have a wholly 80s feel. It actually had more of a 90s feel to it.
I was going to say, it felt very 90s, which one was cool, since that's really when we were coming up. And two, it also keeps it not dated, because they have such a homeless problem in Seattle that they're still wearing most of those clothes. So style's still there, technically.
Yes, very true. Very true. But yeah, that's I thought it absolutely stood the test of time. I thought this was a great movie. I didn't have, I go into these things expecting to have huge problems with a lot of these movies, and I didn't find them in this one.
No,
there's a couple of small things, but that was it.
Right, and that's going to happen just from, not a teenager writing a movie about teenagers.
Yeah.
They flirt with that Dawson's Creek, I know what you did last summer bullshit.
Yeah.
But they don't go over the line.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it good.
Yeah.
Is because the kids, even in their best mature moments, still have very childlike reactions.
Yes.
To the problems and, conversations they're having. So
absolutely.
Overall, it absolutely stands the test of time.
Awesome. We agree. Yay.
That's the end of Kiss the Reviews. It was a great run. We appreciate you guys along for the ride.
Exactly. One more note on this movie. If you would like to check it out, if you have a Hulu account,
there you go.
Free on Hulu. So if you want to watch this movie, check it out. If you haven't watched this movie, sorry we spoiled the whole fucking thing for you.
I'm not gonna fucking... I mean, what are you doing? The movie came out in 89. You haven't seen this yet. That's on you. I ain't sorry for shit.
Oh,
but you're basic.
With that said, for Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews, and this was 1989's Say Anything.
That'll never be me.